right, ladies and gentlemen, we're looking at finding the area of regular polygons. And it's a little complicated. Center of a polygon is the point in the center of the circumscribed circle. That means if we've got a shape and it's surrounded by a circle, we call that circumscribed. Remember the book I read you yesterday? Okay. Yeah. They were surrounding the country, and they were circumscribed. Okay. Radius of a polygon is the radius of the circumscribed shape. Apothem. This is a word I'm going to use a lot for this. Apothem is the distance from the center to the side, not the corner, the side of a polygon. Central angle of a regular figure is the angle formed by two radii drawn consecutive vertices to the polygon. Okay, and this is the most important part. Your equation is the area equals 1/2 the apothem times the perimeter. Okay, it's on your paper. Okay. 11.11 area of a regular polygon. Perimeter times apothem times 1/2.
What the or A1?
Okay, you want me to show you a picture? Okay, so here is a pentagon.
I'm talking about the other equation.
Here is a pentagon. Hold on, I was answering two questions at once.
Okay.
Okay, so your radius, so here's the circle. Let's say the circle just touches each point. This is your radius right here. Okay? Your apothem is right here. Okay? Your central angle will be right here. The angle that the two radii show. All right. So we're going to do one of these problems. All right. If we are looking at number 1, we have got a regular polygon with 8 sides. Okay. We are given, here's the center. We're given that this is 5, and we're given that this is 3. It always forms a 90 degrees. We want to find the area. So the first thing we're going to look for is to figure out the perimeter. So what we have to do is we have to find this side right there. What kind of triangle is that forming right there? Right triangle. So a right triangle, how do we figure out the unknown side of a right triangle? Pythagorean theorem. X squared plus 3 squared equals 5 squared. So x squared plus 9 equals 25. Subtract 9 from both sides. X squared equals 16. X equals 4. But that's just this little part. What would the whole side be then? 8. So each side is 8. I'm not going to do the whole thing. So how many sides are there?
8.
So that's what the NS stands for at the top of your thing. Number of sides times the length of the sides. So we get 8 times 8 is?
64.
64. So we know what the apothem is. So we go the area equals 1/2. What's the apothem up there? 3. Yeah. Okay. So everybody gets how I found what x was, right? Okay. Then we know twice that it has to be the length of the sides, right? Okay. So we know there are 8 sides with a length of 8 each. Therefore, the perimeter is 64.
Really not that hard. Is that it?
What? No.
No, it's not it.
No.
Oh.
Do we have any questions so far?
Wait.
Couldn't you just
Yes, Nathan?
What's that other equation that's up on the left?
NS is the same thing, 1/2 the apothem times number of sides times the length of the sides. It's the same thing as perimeter.
On the triangle inside, can you just do a 3?
Yes. What was your question, Jada?
Why did you put down 8 plus 1/2?
Because I'm not finished.
Oh, okay, never mind.
The area equals 1/2 times 64 times what's the apothem? 3. That is the formula. What's half of 64? Try again.
I mean, not 8.
32, good. 32 times 3.
96.
So 96 units squared. Yes, Chance.
So if I just wrote it out backwards. If I do it backwards, I'll still get 96.
Yep.
That's my opinion.
Yes.
Okay, so it's area times 1/2, and then 64 is the primitive,
Yes.
and then the 3 is the.
Apothem.
So, okay.
Yes, Courtney. The apothem in this case is the height of a triangle. It's always the distance from the center to the middle of the side. Yes, Elijah.
Where did you get the 3 from?
The 3 is the apothem, right here. And the apothem is the distance from the center to the side. Okay. I'm going to take this one step further, one more complication, and then the back is the super complicated part. But we'll get there. Okay.
Are we done with that one?
We are done with it. We have the area, which was our goal. Okay. So let's make it a little bit more challenging.
Oh, that's always fun.
Okay. So we've got a circle. And we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a hexagon. Okay, so here's my hexagon. We've got this triangle right here. We're going to call this G, this F, this E, this H. All right.
Why is it? Yeah, why is it?
Right. Yes, it's a backwards E.
Wow.
Yes. Okay. All right. What we're going to find angle measures of this that can be really important. The first one we're going to find is the measure of angle EGF. Okay? So the measure of angle EGF, this central angle right here. All right? Well, a circle has how many degrees? 360. Okay, if I broke this up and made a bunch of triangles in the center, how many would I have? 6. So I take 360 divided by 6, and the measure of angle EGF equals 60 degrees.
60 divided by 6 is 60 equals.
Because it has 6 sides, so we divide the central angle by 6. All right, now we want to find the measure of angle EGH. So we're looking for the measure of angle EGH. What would that be?
60.
Look at it again. 30. And how did you discover it was 30 degrees? Because it's half of
60.
60. Okay. So what would HEG be? What would
60.
HEG? It's right here. 60 because it's a what kind of triangle? It's a 30, 60, 90 triangle, or it's a 60, 60 if we looked at the whole thing. So it would have to be that. So angle, what did I say? HEG. Okay. So we've got those two pieces. Now I'm going to give you a more complicated one.
That's all the angles of that one.
That's all the angles we need. And now I'm going to show you a more complicated one to do with this. Okay.
So, well, you don't really have to figure out the other one because.
The other one has 5 sides, though, not 6. So turn it over. Let's look at the back.
Okay.
This is the hardest.
This is the hardest.
Oh, no.
All right.
Anything with city.
I know. Okay. What should be written on here is that the radius remember, to find the area of this, we have to find two things. We need the perimeter, and we need the apothem. Do we have either of those? No. Okay. First things first, we need to find the central angle, and we have to divide it by 2. Okay? How many sides does this have?
5.
So we're going to do 360 divided by 5, and what do we get?
72.
Okay, now we're going to take 72 and we're going to do what to it? Divide it by 2.
36.
I get 36. So I know this angle right here is 36. Now, what I'm going to do from this is going to look really crazy. Yes?
36 for both of them or just the one chart?
So for this side right here,
Okay.
that is 36. It's also on the other side because I just split it in half. I'm going to look for two things. I am going to figure out what this is right here, and then I'm going to double it to find the side. And I'm going to find what this is right there. Now, I'm going to draw what's in the inside of it bigger so maybe you can see what I'm talking about. Hopefully it'll remind you of something. Sine, cosine, and all that stuff. Yep. So we're going to have to use trig functions in order to find x and y. This is why this is complicated, because I make you do stuff from before.
That we haven't done before.
Right. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse. Okay? I know I'm going to deal with the angle 36. I want to find x first. So I'm going to take opposite over hypotenuse, and that is sine. So I'm going to have to do sine of 36, which equals 0.5878. And then I'm going to times it by 6 to get the 6 off the bottom.
3.527.
You get 3.527.
Yeah, what's the number?
6, yes.
That equals
Okay.
X.
You move it.
Like,
Yeah.
don't we times that by 2?
So right there, that's x. Let's multiply it by 2. 7.05 is the length of each side.
Wait,
Yeah, I will slow down. Hold on.
And you got that multiplied X.
I multiplied that by 2. Yes, Allie. I can't move it at all, because if I try to move it, it'll disappear.
Can you read those numbers that
Yeah.
are in parentheses next to
6 times 0.5878. 6 times 0.5878 equals x, and then over 6. And then you multiply 6 on both sides. So, how am I going to figure out the perimeter? 7.05 times 5, or add them all up, and I get that the perimeter is 32.25.
I got 35.26.
Oh, I get 35.2.
7. 35.27.
Okay. 35.27.
It was like 8.
All right.
And then when you have to find y.
So now we have to find y. Okay? Because y is our apothem. So
Is our pop.
we're going to have, we've got 36 equals, we've got adjacent over hypotenuse. So that is adjacent over hypotenuse is cosine. Okay? So I am going to have you plug this all in your calculator at once because this might be easier. Just multiply both sides times 6. These cancel. And then 6 cosine 36 is 4.85. So that is my apothem.
That was a lot easier to find.
Okay. Now we still have to find our area. The area of the